You don't want more hands. That's only bad things can happen if you have more hands. Welcome into MJT Football. I'm your host, Tony Tucker, joined by Joe Morley. I think we're just one show away from getting NFL Mike back on the show. I know everybody's clamoring. When is NFL Mike going to be back? Well, he'll be back for next week's shows. Good morning, Internet. Hope you're doing well. Hope your football teams are winning. If you're a Patriots fan, I mean, come on. You guys had 20 years. So just enjoy this completely below average, mediocre football that we are watching this morning. Not much
We complained about Thursday night, Tony, or people complained about the Thursday night matchup. No. This game is horrible. This game is worse than anything we've seen or complained about. This, and we sent this to another country. We're like, here, you guys want our best game? Here, you guys get the Patriots and the Colts. Here, take this.
Yeah, I'm watching the first half, and it's like the Colts are only rushing 4, and they're getting home on almost every play. Like, it's just bad. And both teams are having success running the ball, but yet they continue to want to pass it. Like, just turn this into a high school football game, guys, and just run the ball. Just run it, because that's successful, and at least that's good to watch. Bodo coming in, he's like, hey, Tony, if you were having a good morning, let me remind you about how bad you are at making decisions for my fantasy team. First, you pick Cousins, bad game. Second, torn ACL. For the health of Cousins, please don't pick Cousins anymore. Yeah, you're right. I let you down twice. I think the first time I told you to bench Tua. I think the second time I told you to start Cousins, he then later tears his ACL, and that
they only go after the bad stuff, Tony. They never remember the good stuff you tell them.
Oh, I know. You want to know? Like sometimes I'll be sitting there and I'll be like, you know what? I bet this guy's going to come back next week and be happy that I told him to start Noah Brown in this matchup because he scored a bunch of points for him. They never come back and say, oh, thanks for telling me to start that guy. Never. Harrison. I'd give you a hug, brother. You are extremely far away. So just get on the bandwagon. Watch the Chargers today, my friend. It's going to be great. Booty Band in the house.
They saved the best game for last. This best team tonight on Sunday Night Football. The Raiders.
Oh, man. I actually think that game is going to be interesting just for the fallout of the emotional fans, like the ramifications that the fans are going to be feeling after this game, because it's like Raiders fans, I can't believe we just lost to Zach Wilson, and Jets fans, I can't believe we just lost to the Raiders and a rookie quarterback. Like, either way, one of these fan bases is going to be crushed, and that's kind of funny to me.
Well, the Jets have so much hope that they think that they can hold on to a playoff spot and wait till Aaron Rodgers comes back from an ACL. They're putting so much into a 39-year-old quarterback coming back from an ACL injury that he could come back and save their season, Tony.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, what else do they have, though? You know, like, what else? Like, if they don't have that, then they're basically just in Groundhog's Day. They're reliving what happened last year. This is the exact same thing that happened last year. A few years ago, there was that narrative where it's like the Broncos are a quarterback away. I legit think that the Jets are a quarterback away from being a contending football team. So it's like, if they don't have the idea that Aaron Rodgers can magically come back, and let's be honest, I do not think Aaron Rodgers can come back. Even if he did, I would not want to come back behind this offensive line.
Yeah.
The Chargers would have shredded him.
Yeah, Booty Bandit's in the house, Tony, and he says, thank you for telling him to start that guy.
There it is. That's all I wanted. You don't even have to get into specifics. Yeah. Feel great.
Thank you for that one time, Tony, that you – come on. Tony taking commanding lead in the picks. Yeah, Tony had a great week last week. I'm hoping that New England somehow wins this game, which will give me 2 games to start this week, Tony, because I took the Bears on Thursday night. Mm-hmm. And then I'm the only one that took New England in this game. So this could even out the Thursday night pick, or this could help me out New England should be winning this game. I don't know what the hell's going on.
No.
Zeke for a second was pretty damn good. Early in the game, he looked like the old Zeke.
I think Zeke's looked good this entire game. I think the Patriots running game has looked good the entire game, but for whatever reason, they keep dropping back with Mac Jones, and the Colts are just everybody's getting sacks. This is the game.
There we go. Talk about Zeke. I talk about Zeke, but was it going to come back on a holding?
They're what?
I said I was talking about Zeke, and he had a good run right there, but it's probably going to be coming back.
Oh yeah, I'm way behind you in the delay there.
What are you at right now on your screen?
The run just ended. I'm always like 15 seconds behind you, 20 seconds behind you.
Well, if I put it on the computer, I'd probably be at the same as you. So it depends on where I watch it, but I'm watching it on the phone in front of me. So
I don't care either. Oh, this is not a game of that I need to be completely shocked about everything.
This is the game that you're like, oh, I mean, it's football, so I guess we're happy. Anybody out there excited about any of those other games? Like I just saw somebody getting excited because he's going to the Arizona Atlanta Falcons game, Tony. Like I don't know who could get built up for that one, but whoo, yeah, Arizona Atlanta.
Taylor Heineke, you damn right I'd be excited about that. But you should be like, you get to go to an NFL game. Like, what's the alternative? Be bummed about going to it? It's not like you're going to an August 4th baseball game, like Pittsburgh versus the Marlins. Like, this is a football game. They're precious. You only get 17 of these things.
Mac Jones equals trash.
I was thinking about this today, and like, I think that Mac Jones could be like, get him into a situation where like Brock Purdy's in, and I think he could actually revive his career. Get him in a situation kind of like Geno Smith was last year, and I think he could be, a middling quarterback in the NFL. But behind this Patriots offensive line with no playmakers, like Demario Douglas is the best playmaker on the Patriots, and that's not a rookie's not enough for you to get it done. I mean, I do like Ramondre Stevenson too, but again, the offensive line for the most part has not been really great. I mean, they're having success against a bad Colts rush defense. But I also I don't seem to like Mac Jones's attitude.
No.
He seems like a spoiled kid who is like, he's upset that things aren't going his way instead of just like working hard. Like, why isn't the league just giving me wins? I'm going to tell my daddy on you.
Well, let me tell you something, Tony, and I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe but I went to a couple games yesterday, a couple youth football games, and I've been to a couple high school games this year. That's the new attitude, some of the new attitudes that we're going to see from players, that when they're good players and they know that, hey, what are you going to do? You need me more than I need you is the attitude. And I've seen it. I saw it. Like yesterday I was watching a game, and the best player on the field, Tony, every time he'll make a good play was like, all right, I'm done. I'm carrying this team. I need to come off for a second. I was like, holy crap.
Not my nephew. My nephew is a baller, and I cannot wait for him for high school football and for college football, because he's a phenomenal player, and my brother has raised him to be tough and gritty. TDs, I saw this comment in here. Let me know what these trades are that happened. I'm always a fan of that. What is it? Bodo said the Patriots suck. I was sick and tired of these young whippersnappers never having to go through any hardship because the Patriots fans were there their whole lives. I agree with this 1,000%. Like, I have talked to some Patriot fans that are in their like late 20s, early 30s, and they have only known good things. They don't remember, like pre let's go even pre-Parcells, because Parcells did go to a Super Bowl in '96 with them when they had Drew Bledsoe. Like, they were good for a couple of years in the early Bledsoe days, but like they were just so bad for so long. And then these kids only knew winning. Harrison, this might be one of the greatest comps ever. Put that back on the screen. Harrison, the next time I make fun of you, I'm going to not make fun of you, because this is such, you just got a free pass on me making fun of you. This is an amazing comp.
Well, I was going to go to, I have an interview right here, Tony. I don't know if you guys ever seen this one, but we have an interview. Jake on the location.
I'm here with Mac Jones. Mac Jones, do you have any comments? I guess he doesn't want to talk.
So Jake with the Mac Jones in the middle of the game. Jake is talking to Mac Jones. That's crazy.
To be able to get that kind of access at that age, that's just really impressive.
Bodo's asking if you had fun at the Charger game last week, Tony.
I didn't go to the Chargers game last week. I had fun at the Chargers game against the Bears for sure. I lost my voice. It was a great time. After today, or after the show today, I'm going to get ready. I'm going to head on down to SoFi and watch the Chargers crush the Lions. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm really, really hoping for. Yeah, I'm excited. The team is got a ton of talent. Fun to watch. It'd be really nice to see the run game going for the Chargers today. Get Josh Kelly. Wait.
So there you go. So you asked TD about his teams. This is his team. Well, he got Mahomes and Herbert.
It must be a 2 QB league, because there's no way that you would have those three quarterbacks in a non-2 QB league.
He traded Noah Brown and Chuba Hubbard for Mahomes. Come on, man.
Okay, whoever in that person is in that league, it should be kicked out. There's no scenario unless you're getting negative points because Patrick Mahomes is like underperforming. Like, I think that would actually be kind of a fun fantasy football league to be in. Like, if you underperform to your expectations in a game, your player actually loses 5 points.
12-man, one quarterback PPR. So I don't know why you need both quarterbacks. But Tony, can you read that comment that's on the screen? I don't know what it says.
Yeah, LA Spike. LA Spike used to be here a lot more active, and he always has like some one-liners that crack me up. I didn't know LA Spike was a Raiders fan though.
I do like his new avatar though.
Yeah, his new thumbnail
photo. Like radio.
It is. It's good. I still tend to think like he works somewhere in like the.
Why would you trade for Pitts? Like, exactly. Everybody's thinking.
I honestly believe that Kyle Pitts is more of a result of the coaching than he is a result of like just being average or bad.
TD, that makes that trade work.
Oh my goodness, Mac Jones, you're terrible.
That makes the trade work.
So this is what's been happening to him all year. These kind of interceptions you cannot. You just
why put it? Why put it in his hands? Why you were running the ball great?
Yes, I agree. Oh man.
I was wondering earlier when they were gonna pull Mac Jones at any point.
Like, did the D lineman at least get his hand on it, or was it just a woefully underthrown? Oh, and he's just so mad.
Oh, I can't believe my team made me throw an interception. That's what he's thinking, Tony. He's not mad at himself.
That's brutal. It's really hard. It's hard to watch that.
Hey, watch this play right here, Tony. They don't even tackle him. Watch this play right here. They don't even put him to the ground.
Why is this comment just being left to linger on the screen?
Oh, I don't even know how they got on the screen. That's crazy. 4-team league, TD. TD, it's just a horrible. And then you say it's a dynasty league, and somebody traded Mahomes for some crap, or two bull crap for like garbage players. Like, I'm not saying Noah Brown and Hubbard are not doing what they need to do this year, but they're not long-term answers to any fantasy team.
No, they're not. You don't trade away the best quarterback in football for probably the next decade for guys that are going to be special teamers in 12 to 24 months. So that doesn't make any sense to me. And also, like, you need to trade away one of those guys. Joe Burrow was in that trade too.
But now you're saying Burrow was in that trade.
Okay. Yeah.
Still pretty bad. I mean,
you should be finding ways to win that league, and you should be trading away one of those QBs at the deadline. You should go and trade away Herbert.
I can't believe Mac Jones is going to cost me a win this week with the Patriots.
I still didn't see whether or not the defensive line got their hand on it or not. He says Bryce Young over mac and cheese. Yeah, this is way too early. I'm hearing a lot of people that were super high on Bryce Young in the pre-draft process now coming around and saying, like, oh, I never really liked him and this wasn't the play, and I always kind of thought they should go with the safer pick, CJ Stroud. I'm like, I don't remember you saying any of that in the summertime, or like in the spring when we were talking.
You remember who said they should draft CJ Stroud?
Who?
Do you remember anybody that said that CJ Stroud should go first? Oh, fuck, what a catch. God damn it.
Not really.
That's the only thing that Gardner Minshew's good for, is running around and then making bullshit throws like this.
That's fantastic. That's your boy Josh Downs too. He's got a great feel for being able to get open.
How much time can you? I mean, that's not a Belichick defense to give him that much goddamn time to throw the ball. That's bullshit.
Well, there's only 4 rushing. I mean, they have I don't know what 27's plan was on that play. Was he like a Gardner Minshew spy? Because I don't feel like you should be spying Gardner Minshew on 3rd and long or whatever it was, 3rd and 8. Forget.
He says, "Oh crap! All 3 of you guys picked Pittsburgh, which means I should go bet on Green Bay."
Oh man, there's no way that I am picking Jordan Love on the road, really anywhere. I'm not picking Jordan Love at home against most teams.
All right, that's the Belichick defense that I've seen.
And I say that, and the Chargers are going to Green Bay next week.
Yeah.
Like,
so TD's brother has a question for you. Addison, Wilson, Andrews, Kincaid. Pick 2 of them.
Addison, Wilson, Andrews, Kincaid. Pick 2. I think I still like Addison. Wilson, I'm assuming that's Garrett.
Yeah, I like Addison this week, but I'm going to be a little bit down on him. But then Garrett Wilson without Marcus Peters out there.
I think that I'm starting Dalton Kincaid and Laporta, and I'm starting Kincaid at my flex in a couple of leagues this week because I think he's got a great shot on Monday night to have a good game. But in this matchup, I probably would go with Addison and Garrett Wilson, if that is the choice there. I think Mark Andrews has a tough matchup against Cleveland. Like, I don't know. It would be Mark Andrews or Garrett Wilson for number 2. But I would start Jordan Addison, and I think that they'll find ways to get him in the slot, get him away from Marcus Lattimore, and get some easy catches. unless they just feed Hawkinson. I don't think Addison is going to require a shadow from Marcus Lattimore against the Saints today. So I would feel comfortable playing him.
Harrison, what do you want the season to be over? You can't draft. You don't have your number one pick either.
Well, they technically have like a late first round pick. They're gonna have the 33rd pick in the of the draft, which is the first pick of the second round. I think
Unless they find a way to trade that and screw that up too.
No, to me more so, I think he should be excited because they should be pretty active in free agency. I think
Harrison's a Panthers fan, Bodo. Yeah, Marcus Peters is banged up, but yeah, he's expected to play. But I don't know. He's been banged up for a couple of weeks. So. This is hey Tony. So I was right in our predictions. I said I wanted Josh Downs to break out, and he's actually having a pretty damn good season.
Yeah, he's been very impressive. I think that a lot of the guys, like, remember how we talked about how it was like, you can't, Mike. It's too late. It's already Sunday morning. You are stuck. You have to go with the Raiders. That's it. That's what you get.
Change your pick, Mike, because the Patriots are going to screw me, and that would give me another pick where I'm all by myself. Damn Patriots.
No, I think, like, remember the conversation was about how small this wide receiver class was? And then, if you look at it, Addison, who's not short, but he's like 6'1", but he's only like 178 pounds. He's playing phenomenal. Tank Dell, absolutely outstanding. Josh Downs has been a bright spot for the Colts this year. Zay Flowers has flashed a lot there. The one smaller guy that hasn't really worked out, but he's got Lockett and Metcalf, is Jackson Smith and Jigba. Like, it seems like a lot of those guys are like, they're breaking that trend of like, hey, you have to be 6'2" to 6'4" and 200 pounds to play in the NFL. It's like, no, if you go to a team that has a decent offensive game plan, you're going to be successful.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's just not JSN doing his thing. It's just I don't think they know how to – they figured out how to use all three wide receivers correctly in Seattle yet. I think they're still mixing it around and using them as a gadget player instead of just lining up sometimes as three wide receivers.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think that it's like something that they're learning how to function in more of a three wide, and it's not been the same there. And I don't know exactly what it is, but something's off with Seattle. And they have a real shot. I mean, they could win this division.
And a lot of teams getting ready for Caleb Williams next year. And look, he's already on a bad team where he has comebacks at the end of the game. So he's already NFL ready, Tony. Caleb Williams down big in most of the games now and already used to losing. So whatever team he goes to next year, he'll be okay.
I think that's gonna be a fun conversation because you know how it is. Everybody gets desperate for clicks and attention and whatever on these bigger platforms, and they just start saying the craziest stuff about this and that and whatever. It's gonna be like, certain teams, the Patriots should be mortgaging the next 4 years of their future to move from 7 to 1 to get Caleb Williams, and he's gonna be the guy that'll save Belichick's legacy and take him to the winningest coach of all time. And it's like,
well, Mac Jones has been benched. Too late, Patriots, you son of them.
Oh, my goodness.
Can Zappy come in and lead them to the victory, Tony?
This is the kind of shit that gets that, like, why is Belichick doing this right now? Like, did he really need that interception in the red zone for Mac Jones to make this decision?
No, they should have made this move at halftime.
Yeah, exactly. The first half wasn't enough. Now you're going to bring in Bailey Zappi and ask him to, like, come in here. And then he does this so that all of the questions afterwards will be about, like, why did you decide to back? Is Mac Jones going to be the starter next week? It's just going to be a lot of questions that'll be focused around that, so it's less questions about like just the straight up loss. The fact that they couldn't pass the ball effectively and they couldn't block for the pass.
Harrison said that he got benched 3 times this season, but his quarterback can't get benched.
They're cheering for Zappy.
I mean, it's a little too. It's not a little too late. It's way too late in the game to be making the change. You rolled with them. You should have stuck with them till the end of the game and then made this change later on. But I was watching Mac Jones in the first half, and I was like, all right, when are they gonna make the change? And they never did. So, what's the game? What's the games today? Everybody's excited about. Which game are you besides the Charger game, Tony? What other game are you excited to see?
I think I picked it first in our draft, didn't I? It was Baltimore and Cleveland. For me, the Baltimore Cleveland game, and I know Bodo doesn't want to hear that because it's he's a Steelers fan, but to me, the game that happened a few weeks ago, it was wildly overblown about how bad the Ravens beat the Browns in that game because they started DTR and it was just terrible. So
Raphael,
hopefully Watson,
Capitan.
Okay, and we get to see a good game. I think that's one of the games I'm going to watch first. And then the other game that I'm really interested in is the Texans and the Bengals because, well, for many reasons. One, because both those teams are in that playoff scenario with where the Chargers are at, but because Jamar Chase is banged up, T. Higgins is out. Can Burrow continue to keep it going with less there? And then you've got on the Texans side, no Nico Collins, and you got a rookie quarterback coming off the best game we've ever seen from a rookie going against Lou Anarumo's defense. That to me is like, how does, what happens? How does this story?
Yeah, and I'm just ready for San Francisco to get that 4th loss in a row. That's the game I'm excited about, so I can make fun of these San Francisco fans who are talking all this mess. Oh, we 5-0, now about to be 5-4.
Yep. Rafa, what's going on? Buenos dias. I do think the Washington and Seahawks game could be a fun, high-scoring game to watch.
Yeah, 4th down and about 2, Tony, or 4th down and 1. It's a long one though.
Yeah, but so like if he does complete this, like let's say Zappy wins.
Oh, all right.
Is Zappy the starter next week?
He has to be. Zappy has. I don't understand when you bench your quarterback for bad play and then you go, okay, next week he's starting back again. Nobody wants Mac Jones back out there.
Wow, they're just ruling this without even taking a look at it?
Fake. Oh my fucking God. And you thought Mac Jones was bad. You thought Mac Jones's interception was bad.
Ooh.
Hey, let me just throw it right to 3 motherfuckers right there, Tony. Fake spike right into 3 people. 3 people standing there.
I want to see this defense because this is like, what are they playing? Was that a linebacker dropped into coverage? Like,
that's horrible. That's not even open the whole time.
Yeah,
his route was never open.
This is terrible. This is absolutely. At no point in this anything. And I don't know what
Zappy's telling him. Like Zappy's like this. Like Zappy, even if he ran the wrong route, you still threw it right to the defender.
Look at Belichick, just hands on his face, like
2-8 New England Patriots. Are they the worst team? Right? No,
the Panthers are still record-wise the worst team, but we could easily make an argument that the Patriots are the worst team. It's like the Patriots and the Packers are playing some of the worst football I've ever seen.
Well, at one point in the first half today, Tony, Mac Jones and the running back ran into each other. Did you see that play?
Yeah, I saw him run into Zeke. it doesn't like those kind of things happen, right? Even with like the best situations, you'll see Mahomes get confused. Like he'll go one way and Pacheco goes the wrong way. Like there is some times where like you can't communicate. And in this case, they were probably swinging Sweet Caroline too loudly or something. And it was supposed to be a run to the left, right, whatever it is. To me, it's more of a function of like, how can you be so bad at blocking when you're constantly only getting 4? I don't remember seeing one blitz called in the first half, and Mac Jones was constantly under pressure. You
I
can't
knew I
succeed.
should have been harsher on the Titans this year. I knew I should have. I gave them a little bit more credit than I should have in our preseason predictions. But the Titans are last in the division now, Tony.
Wait, the Titans?
Yeah, they're 3-5. Colts are now second with 5-5, and I think the Texans are 4-4.
Yeah, see, it's actually good for me if the Patriots would have won this game. It's good for Chargers fans if they would have won. There's just a lot of bad quarterback play.
Harrison, when you're looking at the Panthers, they don't look as bad as when you're looking at the Patriots and some of these other teams. So be a little bit happy about that.
Yeah, I would agree. Like on paper, I thought that the Panthers would be a better team than they've shown this year. I thought Frank Reich would make a difference, but he doesn't seem to be making a difference. Like maybe I thought more of his time with Indianapolis than what really was going on there. So I don't know.
Bodo said he'll trade you Matt Canada for your 39th pick. Man, you guys already ripped the Bears off for Claypool. Now you want to rip the Panthers off too? Man, well, I'm 1-1 for the week, Tony. I almost snuck in there and got 2-0. The Patriots should have won this game. Horrible plays by quarterback position, and this just shows. This game right here shows you how much a quarterback means to a team and how much they could determine.
Well, I mean, technically, Joe, they missed the field goal that went over the upright, and then Mac Jones wouldn't even have thrown that interception on that play, right? I think that was a 4th down. They went for it. So, like, they would have kicked the field goal. They would have been winning 12-10, and Mac Jones would be riding home feeling good if that was the case. Or, maybe the defense would have been the reason.
That's horrible, man.
Could have been an equal reason why they lost. But there is, when you really look around at the pressure at which quarterbacks have this window to succeed, it's really like 20 to 24 games. And if they're not showing promise, we just sort of say, all right, this team needs a quarterback. And I think it's not just the fans now. It's actually the organization saying like, hey, we're not waiting any longer than 24 games to decide on whether or not we think this is a guy that could be a franchise guy, which is fine. It used to be longer, but it's fine. And also, guys didn't play as early as they are playing now. For the most part, it feels like.
So if you tuned into this game, Tony, and you just looked at the box score, like you didn't watch the game, and you looked at Mac Jones's number, 15 of 20 for 170, 1 interception, would you think he had a good game or a bad game?
I think he had a terrible game.
But if you looked at his numbers, 15 of 20 for 170 for 1 touchdown or 1 interception. And you didn't watch the game. I'm just saying you looked at the box score because that's what some people do. They just look at the box score. What would you think?
I would think that still throwing for 170 yards isn't good, and no touchdowns is not good. Having an interception is not good. Like, I wouldn't look at this box score and go, oh, it's not good. There's nothing good about it. Just because your completion percentage is high doesn't mean anything.
And then this is the 3rd time you got replaced on the season. Just make the damn move already. Just make the move already, Patriots. Unless you're trying to really tank, and that's why you're leaving Mac out there. But just make the move. Your season's done. You're 2-8 now. Just say, let's see what we got in Zappy before we go on. You already know what you got in Mac Jones. You got enough of him. And just make the move. Apparently, you want to make the move. You've been doing it a couple times this season. Just go ahead. Or don't they still have Malik Cunningham?
I'm not sure how that has happened because I know that they've like cut him and signed him and re-signed him to practice squad. So I'm not sure where they're at in that relationship. But I do think that there is something to if your team is not good, like the Bears, they got good evaluation time out of Tyson Bagent. And I think that they know, like, hey, we've got a solid, capable backup quarterback. Like, he's kind of the next Gardner Minshew. Like, he's more fun than he is like a practical season-long starter, most likely. Maybe he turns out to be amazing. But, like, if he's your backup and you need him for a second half or a spot start here and there, like, you'd feel pretty good about that, especially once he starts to get, couple of years of NFL experiences and learns more about defenses and NFL route concepts and all those things. It's like, oh yeah, he would be a strong backup to have.
Bodo's taking off. All right, Bodo, have a great day. See you next week. Keep your head up, Harrison.
Yeah.
Will Greer, the Panthers legend.
I thought Will Greer was going to be a good player in the NFL. I really did. I want to finish this up and then we can get out of here because I'm gonna go make breakfast. But I was thinking about this last night. There's not many teams that have their quarterback situation figured out. And when you look around, like Taylor Heineke is probably still a starter in the NFL next year. Baker Mayfield is probably still a starter in the NFL next year. People are saying, oh, the Seahawks need to move on from Geno Smith. No, they don't. Where's the quarterback coming from? Like, you can go ahead and just say, like, oh, hey, we're just going to turn things over to a rookie. But that's terrible.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Next year, we could see 5 or 6 rookie quarterbacks starting again.
Yeah, but it's not really conducive to success unless you have the football team around. But that's kind of what's so impressive about CJ Stroud is, like, they're not just exceeding, they're like soaring way past expectations.
Yeah.
If they beat the Bengals today on the road and CJ Stroud has another monster game, you thought that the crickets of MVP were big last week. Like, people are going to be shouting MVP for this kid.
Well, if they beat the Bengals today, they are legit AFC playoff contenders, Tony. Like, legit. Like, if they can go on the road into Who Dey territory and beat them, then we got to just give all the respect to the Houston Texans and D'Amico Ryans and everything they're doing down there.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people deserve credit, and probably people I don't even know the names of. Like, who's ever coaching that defensive line has done a tremendous job. Who's ever, like, coached the offensive line, because they suffered a lot of injuries. Remember, they had like 4 starters down by like week 2, and they had to go play the Ravens or early on in the season.
And played great and played a good game in that and played that game.
Yeah,
amazingly.
Played it tough, played it well. They're well coached and disciplined, and
Harrison wants to know what you're making for breakfast, Tony.
Making bacon, Spam, and rice. It's very, very Filipino. Very and these like little like, I don't even know what they're called. These little canned sausage things. I don't know. I don't eat them. But my
But he makes it.
Yeah, but I make them. All I'm saying is there's going to be, when we look at it, there's going to be about 10 teams that legit probably need to make a change or need a quarterback. And then there's probably another 5 teams where it's like, hey, you should be in the market for a quarterback. And that's what's going to make somebody like Ryan Tannehill is going to be a starter next year. It won't be for the Titans because Will Levis has looked like, he could be a guy in the league. But Ryan Tannehill is going to find somebody. He's going to land somewhere. The Giants, they look like they're in the market for a quarterback, even though they just gave Daniel Jones all that money. Can you imagine them running back a season next year with Daniel Jones as the starter?
Yeah. Well, somebody asked me if the Raiders could trade Jimmy G, and I was thinking to myself, no. But now looking at this market, I'm like, somebody might.
Yeah.
Somebody might.
See, Harrison, you just wasted me not making fun of you on your comment by saying that Spam and rice is disgusting. So I'm just going to let you know right now You just wasted me being nice to you on this. I hope you're happy.
See, and all this quarterback talk, and I'll leave it with this. I'm surprised Jameson Winston didn't get a starting job yet. Again, another starting job, but
there seems to be this narrative around that he's like unreliable, but like, how much more unreliable are some of these other people that are getting jobs?
Jameis Winston.
Yeah, it's
yeah, it is what it is. And then everybody talks crap about Jared Goff, and he's out there just lighting it up.
Even though Kirk Cousins is coming off an ACL injury, Joe, tell me that there isn't going to be 6 teams that wouldn't be like, hey, what do you want? And the 49ers, if this trend continues with Brock Purdy, where he's throwing more interceptions and touchdowns and the offense doesn't look right, like I know that they're missing Trent Williams, and that's a big issue. But the offense, the run game isn't looking good. The pass game isn't looking good. All of a sudden now the 49ers start looking around and going, what are we doing at quarterback?
And then you got guys like Josh Dobbs who are just thriving in their roles. And PJ Walker, like he earned himself another couple of years in the NFL too, of what he's done this year, Tony. Guys like that, but they're not starters, but they're quality backups that can come in and journeymen that can get you a couple games here and there.
Oh yeah, I definitely think that those roles are crucial. We've seen that in the past where the backups come in and they can put together a win or two for a team and keep them rolling. I mean, PJ Walker did that for the Browns this year. So like he's definitely in that boat. So
yeah, Trent Williams is playing today, Harrison. He's not 100%, but he's lobbied enough to the San Francisco 49ers saying that he wants in. And so we'll see. How long will he play? Will he play the whole game? We'll see. But yeah, that ankle is not 100%.
Look at me, Fancy Pants Harrison. He's got steak and eggs money. What do you think's going on here, bro? I can't be afforded to go into multiple Charger games a year and still be having steak for breakfast.
We can't even drive to this is California. We can't even drive to the store without spending $10 on gas. Then picking up a steak. Like, come on.
You know what? We are not good advertisement for the state of California. Me, you, and Mike all shit on how rough it is to live in California. We're not one of those.
Well, I've been to other states, and then I turn on the TV and it's like a California commercial comes on. I'm like, what a bunch of horse shit.
Yeah, the Visit California, the commercials.
Yeah. Look at us. We go to the beach every day, Tony. Like, no, we don't. No.
Yes. Harrison, have a great day. I hope to be here celebrating for a show on Tuesday with Mike and with Joe. And either way, win or lose today, I'm just very blessed, very fortunate to have my life. I love it.
Afix in the house. Late. Afix, we're about to leave, but he said he's about to go to 0-9. Or he's going to lose to an 0-19 today.
That's tough. That's a tough one.
See, have you
ever had Spam before? And if they cooked it correctly, come on.
If you cook Spam correctly, it's actually pretty good.
Yes, it's awesome. Spam is awesome.
My grandpa used to have eggs, Spam, and grape jelly.
Yeah. Spam and eggs is fantastic. It's just that no one in my house eats eggs, and except for me.
Monster's in the house, Tony, your favorite guy, right at the end.
He's
saying, Raiders.
Get ready to go. Damien shouting out the Steelers. All right.
All right. Anyways, appreciate everybody who showed up, Tony Tucker and myself. Mike will be back sometime, but it's actually been nice and quiet without Mike and his Charger bullcrap. Tony at least keeps it in. Mike has that. You can at least you can rein your Raider hate in, Tony. Mike can't. Mike just lets it all spill out.
I don't feel any reason to hate a team that is terrible. That's like you just don't like. You don't just push somebody while they're lying on the ground, helpless and laying there and being like, "We wanted Raiders." You don't just beat those people up.
Tony, my dad always told me when somebody's down, kick them right in the stomach.
Okay, there it is. And that was words of wisdom with Papa Morley. Until next time, everybody. We'll see you.